Hello guys, welcome to the webinar on today's cyberspace. And today, here is our industry expert, Mrs. Satish, sir, to take the webinar. So, sir will start the webinar in few minutes. Sir, if you're ready, you can start, sir. Remaining will be joined meanwhile.
Yeah, sure, Jurendra. I can see some of my friends also here.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Sai Krishna, how are you, man? After seeing you last long time. Okay, so I'm also from KL University. I'm 2009 pass out. Very happy to see my juniors here. So myself, Sai Satish, CEO of Indian Servers. Very happy to be part of this program. So what we are going to discuss in today. Today we are going to see some sort of things what's going in cybersecurity. There is no bigger changes in last 3-4 years. Most of the things are common in last 3-4 years. Okay, the similar kind of threats are available. There is no new kind of threat in last 3-4 years. Most of the times, most of the companies are seriously facing some sort of threats. Let me explain these things. It's better still participants are 24, including me. Let's wait for a couple of minutes, then we'll start the program because I don't want them to miss. Let's wait for 5 minutes, Jurendra.
Yes,
Then
sir.
we'll
Yes, sir.
Sai Krishna, you can invite your friends. We'll start in 2 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile, just invite your friends too. Hey, Balamurgan, seeing you after a long time, man. Let's start in a minute. Okay, guys, let's start the program now. So what is a cyber threat? Let me share my screen so that you can see the live threats and live attacks also. Just search with the word called cyber threat map. Cyber threat map. Every minute, every second, there will be some attack. Some are recognized attacks, some are hidden. You cannot see all these attacks. See here, as of now, today it's 7:10 around. By today, recognized attacks are 5,83,000 attacks by 5i. There will be around 15 lakh attacks per day identified by Kaspersky. You can see that also. I'll show you the names of these kind of attacks, what kind of attack it is. Almost all these are cyber attacks. What most of the time, what kind of attacks will be there? A kind of worm attack will be there. Some sort of exploits they will use. Some sort of keyloggers, spywares they'll use. Different kind of attacks are there. Denial of service attack. We have to see how to protect from these kind of attacks also. There is nothing called 100% security. Okay. There is a concept called zero-day attacks. It's not that much easy to protect our services from zero-day attacks. Some sort of zero-day exploits are available. Zero-day exploits. Hope you're able to see my screen. Please give response in the chat box. Hope I'm not on mute. Sai Krishna, give response in chat box. Okay, perfect. So let me show you the details from Kaspersky. Yeah, one is Checkpoint, the other one is Kaspersky. Yeah, see here. Top targeted countries, Nepal, Mongolia. Long back, I heard a joke. There was a kind of worm. Almost most of the countries got infected except India. I heard this joke in 2009, I guess. Except India, almost all kind of countries got infected with a worm. Then worldwide scientists came to India to know how they could able to protect themselves from such type of worms. Generally, worms spread based upon the vulnerabilities. Okay, so worldwide scientists came to India to see how India could be able to protect themselves from such type of worms. Then they come to know that this worm can affect only latest computers and latest software. So that was a joke long back, almost 10 years, 12 years back joke. But today, most of us are using latest infrastructure, updated softwares, but still, attacks may happen. Okay. Today, we are going to see what kind of jobs are available in cybersecurity. Point number 2, what kind of attacks are available, what kind of attacks are possible on cyber assets, what is cybersecurity, and what kind of tools, AI-based tools are available in cybersecurity to protect our cyber assets. First thing, what is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity means protecting our cyber assets. We are going to use some sort of tools, techniques, strategies. Tools, techniques, strategies to protect our cyber assets. What do you mean by cyber asset? Our network router is a cyber asset. Our business data, customers' data is a cyber asset. Customers' personal data, for example, if we are running a social media website, they will exchange some information, user to user information they'll exchange. That is also a cyber asset. Software, hardware, firmware, all these comes under cyber asset. So ultimate target of the cyber security is to use some sort of techniques, tools, or strategies to protect our cyber asset. That's the ultimate target of us. So what kind of attacks are possible? If you observe here in left side, it is showing some sort of attacks here. See, targeted industries are education, ISP, healthcare. In 2017, there was a worm called WannaCry. That particular WannaCry encrypted some crores of computers' data. Almost health records also, they have encrypted. It's not easy to decrypt the data if it is encrypted. They're using mainly two types of algorithms they're using. One is RSA, the other one is AES. RSA generally uses public key and private key, two keys will be there. AES uses only one key. For encrypting data, they have encrypted WannaCry. Almost even our Andhra Pradesh police servers also got encrypted with that particular worm, WORM. So let me list some of these things. Worms are one of the things where we have to protect your network. Worms. How these worms will affect? Worms spread based upon the vulnerabilities. Worms spread to other computers based upon the vulnerabilities. For example, if you are in a network of 100 computers, if 90 computers have a thing called vulnerability means weakness. Okay. If 90 computers are having a vulnerability, if some idiot downloaded an executable which contains a kind of exploit or a kind of worm, then all the 90 computers will get infected because those 90 computers are vulnerable. Whereas virus requires human intervention. For virus, human intervention is required, whereas for worm, human intervention is not required. Automatically remaining 89 computers will get infected if it is having a kind of vulnerability. So first thing, if you wish to protect yourself from these kind of worms, in 2020, a company called Cognizant faced this particular attack just because of a form. Almost all data got encrypted with the help of ransomware, MAZE, M-A-Z-E. Cognizant company, they lost around $50 million. 2 years back, it happened in 2020. They faced one particular attack, ransomware attack, MAZE. How much they have lost? $50 million they have lost because of one particular issue. How a worm spread to other computers based upon the vulnerabilities. So ultimate target is to patch that vulnerability. What you have to do, you have to keep on applying security patches if you wish to protect yourself from these kind of attacks, especially from worms. You have to update your operating system regularly, and you should patch the operating systems. You have to make sure that that particular vulnerability does not exist in your computer. That's important thing. Okay. Hope you're making points. Point number 2. What is this ransomware? Most of the ransomwares will use worm to spread to other computers. What is this ransomware? Ransom means kidnapping. In our general English, ransom means kidnapping someone and asking them money. Comes under ransom. We have the habit of using ware for most of the things, software, hardware, firmware. So if somebody hijacks our data, which year are you? I can see most of you are starting with 19. Most of your roll numbers, some of you joined with your roll numbers, right? Which year are you? Please give response in the chat box. I can see 19s in participants. Based upon your year, I will change the content. You can give response in the chat box. Generally, wherever I go, I used to say about KL University because that's my campus. Okay, I'm expecting some active participation from all the participants. Third year, okay. How about others? I heard first and second years are also joining, right? If you're third year, we can go with techie. If you're first year, I have to say a lot of non-techie stuff too. Okay, most of your third years. Very good. So third year means you have to learn all these things. I cannot skip the tech stuff. You have to learn the things, no other option. Because by next year, this time, you have to get placed at some company, right? You'll be facing a lot of interviews also. So these questions are also will be helpful at interview time. Okay. So how to protect yourself from ransomwares? Point number one, you have to patch your operating system. Patch your operating systems. First point. Point number two. This is the first point. Patching. Point number two. Don't download any kind of applications from third-party websites. Don't download any kind of applications from third-party websites. Always download from official websites only. Okay, don't download any kind of applications from third-party website. That's the second point. Third point, avoid pirated softwares. Okay, say no to pirated softwares because they won't get any updates. If you don't get updates, those softwares may be having some sort of vulnerabilities. So that will create some sort of issues. So don't use any kind of third-party softwares, pirated softwares, because they don't get any kind of updates. Same for Windows operating system also. If you get pirated Windows operating system, then you will not have any kind of updates. Most of the people are using Windows operating system. That's why they are saying if you're using Linux operating system, that also will be having some sort of vulnerabilities, but it won't work. The same bomb which works for Windows will not work for Linux operating system. So that's not a big issue. So always use original operating system and original softwares. Point number 4. I'll tell you small settings, default settings, where you can use that particular setting to protect yourself from worm. In Windows, there will be default antivirus called Defender. Just open that Windows Defender. Scroll down. Manage virus and threat protection settings. Click on here. Manage virus and threat protection settings. Just click on it. Scroll down. Here you can see control folder access. Click here. Switch on this one. Let me repeat it. Virus and threat protection settings. Then click on control folder access. Click here and turn on this one. So that most of the time, if any executable trying to encrypt your data, it will be blocked by default by your operating system. Okay, that will be blocked by your operating system. Okay, these settings you have to change. Default settings you have to change so that it will be protected to some extent. Point number 5, protection from ransomware. 99% of the times you lost the data because they are using AES and RSA kind of algorithms to encrypt your data. 99% of the time you lost the data. You cannot do a lot of things, but you have some small option. 1% option is there. Let me show you how to decrypt the data. There is a website called nomoreransom.org. Nomoreransom.org. Come here. From here, you may have some chances. Only it's not even 1% chance, 0.1% chances only. You may get a decryptors. I think one of these guys, I think Sai Krishna or Jurendra, somebody has made one ransomware long back. Who is one? Is that you, Sai Krishna, or Jurendra? Many source codes are available in GitHub. how to make these ransomwares already available in GitHub. But remember, I'm not promoting you to do such type of activities because it's crime. Developing a virus and releasing in the market is crime, according to our IT laws. You will get around 2 years free food, free bed if you do such type of activities. Somebody did that 1 year long back. Okay, plenty of source codes are already available. Just Google that. You will find the source codes of ransomware. Just play with that. Being a third-year student, you have to learn Python and you have to learn how to play with these kind of ransomwares. Do one more aspect. Install VMware in your computer. Install VMware. Install a guest operating system in that particular VMware and play with different kind of ransomwares. There is one more concept called sandbox. With the help of sandbox, you can analyze different kind of malwares. What is malware? Any program which harms your computer can be called as malware. So install some sort of sandbox in your computer and run some sort of malwares in the sandbox and analyze that particular executable, how it's working on. For that, different kind of tools are available. Process Monitor, Process Explorer, Auto Runs. Some sort of tools are available for analyzing the malwares. Just play with some of the things. Being a third-year student, you have to learn how to play with viruses also. By the way, what's the full form of virus? Can anyone say what's the full form of virus? Kale University, be active, guys. I'm expecting very good interaction from you all. Kale University is a brand, okay? You should not miss that. What's the full form of virus? Vital Information Resource Under Siege is a full form of virus. Okay, Vital Information Resource Under Siege is a full form of virus. So when I was studying at Kale University in 2000, I already told you I'm alumni of Kale University. So some people used to call me as antivirus, not antivirus, okay? It's antivirus. I'm not saying like that Manju Lakshmi. Don't say like Manju Lakshmi, antivirus will become antivirus. Not that like that. So how antivirus will work? Any idea? How these antiviruses will work? Okay, let me explain in 1 minute, okay? Antiviruses uses two techniques to detect whether it's a virus or not. One is signature-based detection mechanism. One is signature. Signature-based detection mechanism means it will maintain some data about various viruses. What is the data? It is generally SHA-256 hashes and strings. SHA-256 hash and strings. All known viruses data it will store. Who will store? Antiviruses will store. When you insert your pen drive, when you ask your antivirus to scan, what your antivirus will do? It will create hashes for all the files of your pen drive, and it will compare this hash with its database. If they both matches, it will say this is a virus, else this is not a virus. That detection mechanism is called signature-based detection mechanism. Strings are also will be there. They'll store some strings also. They'll compare some strings also. For example, most of the viruses, around 80% of the viruses will behave in a same way. What is that? What is the activity of that particular virus? Okay, let me tell you in simple way. Most of the viruses will have a similar life cycle. They will load themselves in startup. For that, they will use some sort of registry keys. Just go to regedit. Some default paths are there. What kind of paths for startup? You can go to HKey current user or local machine. HKey current user or local machine. Software. Microsoft. Windows. current version, run. This is the path. Most of the softwares, viruses will load themselves around. There are 65 startup keys like that. I'm just showing you one key. See here, one key is there. If you paste any application path here, that application will be loaded when you restart your computer. Like this, there are around 65 paths in registry editor where a virus load themselves when you restart your computer. So if any application is having such type of strings, so it will detect as a virus. It will alert you, boss, this is something suspicious. Second one is heuristic. Heuristic means based upon the activity. Second one is heuristic. That means based upon the activity of the process, it will say whether it is a virus or not. That detection mechanism is called heuristic. Some applications will start communicating with the remote computers. They'll open some ports. They'll start sending some data. They will do some malicious operations in your computer. They'll keep on listening to your port in your computer. If any application is doing such type of malicious activity, then you will get alert from your antivirus. That detection mechanism is called heuristic. Heuristic based detection mechanism. These are the two ways how an antivirus will work. Okay. So how to protect yourself from ransomwares? These are some of the points you have to follow. Don't trust third-party browser extensions also, because those extensions will hijack the activity of your browser. Sometimes when you try to download some sort of files, that particular website will force you to add that one particular add-on to download. To download this file, you have to add this add-on. How many of you saw such type of warnings when you try to download some pirated movies or pirated softwares? That website will force you to add some sort of add-ons. How many of you saw such type of things? Please give response in chat box. Hello. I got only 5 responses. +90 participants are there, including me. I'm expecting more response from all the people. Cookies are different. No. Cookies you can accept. Cookies will not harm you much. They will completely steal your activity. Whatever you're doing in that particular web browser will be recorded. In that particular web page will be recorded. But it won't steal the activities what you're doing in other websites, like storing the passwords, stealing the passwords, stealing your chart information. Cookies will not take care of, will not harm you in that way. But add-ons will harm you. If you add any kind of add-on to your browser, what happens? If you're chatting in Facebook or Instagram in that particular browser, that activity will be recorded. Got it? That's why it's very, very dangerous. Don't add any kind of add-ons. They will harm your computer. They will hijack your activity. Very, very dangerous. Guys, just give me a minute. I have to adjust my leg. I have some pain in my leg. Just give me a minute. I'll adjust. Recently, I have some issue. Just give me a minute. I'll adjust my leg. I'll be back in a minute. 1 minute. Yeah, guys, now okay. Yep. So you're getting how to protect yourself from these kind of ransomware, right? See, sometimes it will show you a link. But if you click on that link, some other link will be opened. Unnecessary notifications will be prompted. Unnecessary, even if you change to Google search engine, that particular browser will change itself to other browser, other search engine. Have you noticed that one anytime? If you have noticed that one, your browser hijacked. I have some sort of malwares with me. This particular malware completely hijacks your browser, whatever you do, everything will be hijacked. Browser hijackers. They look like same Google Chrome only. Google Chrome actual path already hijacked by these browser hijackers. Very, very dangerous. If you enter your credit card information or net banking information in that particular browser, that activity will be hijacked. So don't add any kind of third-party add-ons to your browsers. Using DuckDuckGo is safe from hijacks. It again depends. Again, it depends. If you use searching that particular search engine, if you go to some navigate to some malicious software website, then it harms again. It's not about the search engine or about the website. It's not about both, about the search engine or the browser also. It's about the cyber sense what we are having. Cyber sense should be common sense for everyone so that you'll be protected from most of the attacks. Yes. See, this is, I told you some sort of jobs also I'll tell you, right? So malware analyst is also one kind of job in cybersecurity. Malware analyst, penetration tester, network security administrator. Like this, some sort of jobs are there, like Chief Information Security Officer, CISO. For that, some sort of certifications are also available. I'll share some of the certification information also, because you're in third year, right? When you face the first interview, it will be better if you complete some of these certifications and some of these things. Okay, next point. After completion of this ransomware, let's go to network-based attacks. How to protect your networks from different kind of attacks. I do remember in 2020 March itself, lockdown started, right? The first lockdown. At the time, our university, KL University, started online examinations. I think you're the first batch who faced that particular stuff, online exams. How many of you faced that one? Online exams, please give response in chat box. Kaushik, only one. I heard it's a first university in our area who did online exams. I got only 4 responses here. Okay. At that time, we faced one issue. Do you remember that one? A kind of attack where it could not able to serve to all the people. Later, it got rectified in few minutes. After a few minutes, it got rectified. But it was the server could not able to respond for all the requests. Here, one particular concept called denial of service attack is there. Denial of service attack. Denial of service attack means every server is having a limited number of services. For example, one particular server can respond to only 10,000 people. Based upon the bandwidth, based upon the total number of connections to the database. For example, if you're using MySQL, it purely depends upon the total number of connections it can serve to the data. So one issue will be there when more number of people are requesting the same resources. Okay, when people are requesting the same resources. If you could consume the whole bandwidth or the all connections, it will create some issue. Denial of service is one kind of network attacks. Some person can keep on pumping all unnecessary packets in the network. There are some sort of tools are available. HPing 3 is available. Low orbit ion cannon is available. Low orbit ion cannon, one of the oldest tools used by anonymous hackers. Low orbit ion cannon. I'm not asking you to do it. If you do it, you're going to get 2 years free food, free bed. Low orbit ion cannon. These kind of tools will create some fake traffic. They will create some fake traffic. They'll pump a lot of packets in your network. It leads to some sort of slowdown in your network. So such type of tools are available. This is one kind of attack on network. In the same network, one more attack is there called Auth attack. This Auth attack means it works based upon your Wi-Fi. It works only in Wi-Fi here. There is a packet called Auth. Auth packets will be generated with the help of packet crafter called Air Replay. AIREPLY. One particular tool is there, Air Replay. This particular tool can be used to release Auth packets. Nobody will be connected to that particular Wi-Fi router. Just 4 commands are there. I'm not going to show, but just with Google, you can get that information. This is another kind of attacks in network. Another one. Most of you know this is there from last 20 years. This particular attack called man in the middle attack. One of the oldest attacks with the help of encryption. With the help of proper encryption, you can protect yourself from these kind of attacks, from man in the middle attack. Generally, there are a few things like CIA tried is there. Confidentiality, integrity, availability, non-repudiation, some sort of important things are there. You have to, if you wish to protect your data, you have to make sure that all these things will satisfy your data. Confidentiality means nobody should able to understand your data. If you're sending some information to your friend, the person who will capture data should not able to understand what you're sending. That comes under confidentiality. Integrity. Integrity means you're sending some data to your friend. You have to make sure that nobody in middle should tamper the data. For example, if you're sending hello, how are you to your friend, the person who sits inside between you and your friend should not tamper the data. That comes under integrity. Third one is availability. Availability means whenever your friend wants to get the data, that particular resource should be available. Okay, that's availability, CIA. Next one is non-repudiation. Non-repudiation means you're sending some information to your friend. Okay, you are sending some data to your friend, but at the same time, it should not look like somebody has sent. Only your friend also should say, yes, this is 100% originated from that particular person only. With the help of digital signatures, non-repudiation can be possible. You have to check whether that particular origin of the message is really from that particular person or not. Okay, for man in the middle attacks, you can use some sort of encryption so that they cannot understand it. What more attacks are available in networks? Yes, here some important point I'm sharing with you. CVEdetails.com. Most of the vulnerabilities will be listed here. This is called as common vulnerabilities and exposure, CVEdetails.com. Make a note of this website. In networks, how you're protecting your network, the important way to protect your network and the major one is firewall. Firewall. Firewall will help you a lot to protect your network infrastructure. It will stop unnecessary connection. It will stop unnecessary activities in your computer. in your network as well as in your computer. It does a lot of activity. Firewall. For firewalls, also vulnerabilities will be there. For firewalls, also vulnerabilities will be there. Where you can check all these things here. Common vulnerabilities and exposure. Various various softwares, web applications, vulnerabilities will be listed here. Okay. Being a cybersecurity guy, you have to subscribe to these kind of newsletters. And if your company is using any of the vulnerable software, you have to patch that particular software by checking the vulnerabilities information. You have to monitor regularly. See, programming, designing, all these things is one aspect. Hacker is a superset of all these guys. Hacker is very, very brilliant guy when compared with other people. Other people means programmer. Programming is subset of hacker. Programming is subset of hacking. So he knows most of the things. If you wish to secure your network, your cyber assets, you have to be superset of hacker. That means whatever hacker know, you have to know. At the same time, whatever hacker don't know, you have to know. So subscribe to this kind of vulnerabilities information. If you're maintaining any similar kind of thing, you have to patch the, but I'll show some of the patch management tools also. Hold on. We have around half an hour more session. Just stay tuned. Please make a note of all these things so that even if you Google with these words, you'll get a lot of information. You can study them. Yes. Firewall is the first priority if you wish to protect your network. Firewall. Three types of jobs are there for firewall. Mainly three type of firewall. Firewall is a kind of hero. Antivirus is different. Firewall is different. Antiviruses are like police. They will monitor your internal files. They will do internal. Firewall is like army. They will sit in the border. They will stop the intrusion to your network or to your computer. If it checks at the border, it's firewall. If it checks internal, it's antivirus. Some antiviruses will come with firewall feature. Both operations are different. Okay. Some of the firewall operations are, it monitors unnecessary, it stops unnecessary connections. For example, if somebody is trying to connect to your computer, if it is not authorized, it will be blocked. Point number 2, it closes unnecessary listening ports. Most of the Trojans must listen to a specific port in your computer, either 553 or 5053, some port. Almost all Trojans will listen to your computer. Very long back, I went to a company. It's a government organization. It's a government organization. Somebody is leaking the tenders from that particular organization. Around it happened 13 years back. Today, there is a cell called e-procurement. E-procurement website was there. Earlier, it was not like that. If any department posted a tenders, that particular department will get the tenders information. All the tenders information will be stored in that particular MD, managing director's laptop. Somebody has planted a Trojan in that particular computer, MD's computer. So we have to track who did it. There is no firewall in his computer. So if you wish to protect from such type of Trojans, what's the word I'm using here? Trojan. A Trojan will sit in your computer and will give complete activity to the third party. Activity along with control also. Activity along with control, Trojan. They're also called as spywares. Spyware. Spy means monitoring someone's activity. Comes under spyware. Firewall, the second job of the firewall is it will stop unnecessary connections. Second job is it will stop unnecessary open ports. And third job is it will monitor the packets, incoming, outgoing packets. If any packet is suspicious, it will alert you. Another one to protect your network is you have to study about IPS and IDS. Here some changes are there. IPS, IDS. What are these? IPS means you have seen that movie, Venkatesh movie, Nachavuleno. What is that movie name? Yeah, IAS, IPS, Landu Kakunda. Nachavule, right? Arthi Agarwal and Venkatesh movie are. Hello, guys, are you sleeping? Nachavule only, right? In that movie, he said, IAS, IPS, Landu Kakunda. I want to become something, right? So same way, yeah, Nunak Nachav, right? Nunak Nachav is the movie, right? Nachavule, no, it's not Nachavule, it's Nunak Nachav movie. Like that, here it's not that IPS. It's not Indian Police Service. Here IPS is Intrusion Prevention System. Here, very, very important update is there. IBM is having a specific software to detect with the help of AI. Let me show you. QRadar is having a kind of QRadar. They have using this one. AI-based automation for cybersecurity. This is one of the trending from last 3 years. Which is AI-based security. I told you 80% of the malicious softwares work similar, not same. Same is different from similar. Same is different from similar. Most of the malicious softwares behave in a same way. Sorry, not same way, similar way. So AI based, if you could feed most of these things to our software, it will detect. This is one kind of AI based scanners. Free version is not available. Student version is also not available. So if you wish to check, just check the tutorials how to work with this. Okay. What is this IDS and IPS? IDS means detection system, intrusion detection system. IPS is intrusion prevention system. What is the difference between these two? IDS only will detect, it will not prevent. For example, if you have any issue, some device will detect you have so and so issue. If you have some medical issue, it will detect so you have so and so issue. Prevention system means once it is detected, it will prevent the issue also. It is next level of IPS. For that, many people will ask me, sir, I'm doing my third year and second year now. I want to show some project at interview. What kind of activities can I do? Do you have such type of question? If you wish to do any project related to cyber security, how many of you wish to do any kind of projects related to cyber security? I'll share some of the things. Okay. Point number one. IDS is one of the most popular one. SNOT, SNORT. This is open source one. SNOT is open source. If you could contribute simple modules at least, this is one of the best projects. SNORT, SNOT. Take this as one of the projects. Okay. SNOT. Make a simple module at least. I'm not saying about rules. Creating rules is very, very simple. Creating rules is not a project. Using application, it comes under using the application. Develop a simple project, a module in Snot. Point number 2. Wireshark is also one of the topmost tools. Wireshark, this is also open source one. A simple filter also you can make, a simple filter. This is also open source one. Second one you can try. Third one, if you wish to go to any kind of attacking tools, then Aircrack. This also you can get the source code. You can try to create a simple tool for denial of service attacks or a simple tool related to something for Wi-Fi attacks. This one also you can make. Next one is scanners you can make. It's a kind of cybersecurity project. Vulnerability scanners. Vulnerability scanners also you can make. Simple vulnerability scanners. It's not that much easy task. Vulnerability scanner. A simple vulnerability scanner you can make. A simple one. Another one, plugins for Bub Suite. Some sort of this is one of the best tools for web application pen testing. Some extensions or plugins you can write for Bub Suite. This is also important one, okay? Make small plugin for this. Next one, WordPress security for web applications. WordPress plugins also you can write related to some spam detection. For spam detection, plugins also you can code for automatic code detection, for stopping any kind of cross-site scripting attacks. By default, WordPress engine will stop the cross-site scripting attacks. So you no need to worry a lot. But if you can make a small plugin for WordPress, 30% of World Wide Web is working on this, on this WordPress. If you can make a good plugin, even we can generate good money also from this. And by the way, guys, whatever you develop from now, 50% is my share, okay? Ready? Done? 50% share is yours, 50% is mine. Done? Guys, give response here. I got only 2 responses. Okay. Let me tell you one more point. If you develop some nonsense idiotic web software, if it spams all your activity, if it will spoils all your infrastructure, then if you get free food, free bed, in that I don't want, okay? If you get 2 years free food, free bed, in that 1 year free food, free bed, I don't want that one. I'm saying about only money. Okay, forget about that one. Don't do all that nonsense activities. I'm asking about this one. Earlier, for normal students, for normal CSE students, I used to suggest, I asked them to develop some sort of templates. Templates, you can develop good templates and you can generate money. But being a cybersecurity passionate student, it's better to develop these kind of plugins. 30% is not a small amount here. World Wide Web, millions of websites are there. 30% of websites are having these things. See, 7 lakh active installations. Take time. This is not easy task. If it is easy, everyone will do it. If it is easy, everyone will do it. So meet good programmers, interact with them, design good strategy. 5 million downloads, active installations, not downloads. They're active installations. Stop spammers. 60,000 installations. Even if you get 1 rupee from installation, 60,000 is not a small amount, right? In future, if it gets success, it will be great. So plenty of projects you can make, not just about one or two. So these are some of the things what I wish to share with you. Plenty of things are there. Okay. Anyways, we'll take last half an hour. We'll wind up at 8:30, not 9 o'clock. We'll wind up at 8:30. So last 30 minutes for Q&A. What is your target? What you want to achieve related to cybersecurity? What's your career goal? If I could help you, I'll share some information. Those who wish to ask questions, please go to reactions, raise your hand. Our guys will unmute you. Ask questions related to cybersecurity, especially for career. I'll assist you. And Kale University, last time they have mentioned one of the, and Kale University, let me show you. They have mentioned me as the best pass out, best alumni, sorry, best alumni. This is my Facebook, Instagram page. If you're Insta, you can search with my company name, Indian Servers, and you can follow me, Indian Servers. Yeah, long 2 months back, I met with an accident. This is the pic. Still, I'm bedridden. It takes a month more to walk. So, Kale, you hold on. I'll show you that also. So, whenever I feel addressing our KLU students, I feel some energy, you know. Long back, they have mentioned around 4 months back, I think. Best alumni. Okay, I'll share that link. Okay, I'll share in Facebook. In Facebook, I have shared. Yeah, guys, please raise your hands. We'll unmute you. You can ask the questions. Yes, Balamurugan, please unmute Balamurugan. Oh, I could not able to see that pic. Okay, we'll see. Yes, Balamurugan. So after a long time, man, how are you?
So good evening, sir. I'm fine.
evening.
How are you, sir?
I'm recovering. Takes time. Yes.
Yes.
What's your question?
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, can you please tell me what are all the certification, must-do certification in cybersecurity?
See, what are the certifications you do? Very least preference will be given for fresher. Whatever the certifications you do. Okay. But being a fresher, if you are working on try hack me, hack in the box, hack this site, and these kind of CTFs, you will have some exposure to how vulnerabilities are there, what kind of issues will be there. You'll get some exposure. Let me repeat, being a fresher, what are the certifications you have, you'll be given less preference. So I do recommend CH from EC Council is also okay. But remember, just having that certificate, you will not fetch the job. Very less number of jobs will be there. Okay. For freshers, there'll be almost negligible openings. So CH certification from EC Council is also okay. If you're rich, you can go ahead with offensive security certifications. Offensive security certifications also you can try. But you have to invest for these kind of certifications. Offensive security, second one. And if you're ultra rich, you can go with SANS also. SANS is one of the popular one in Europe. You can try this SANS also, SANS certifications also. And one of my friends, Mr. Vivek Ramchandran's website is also there, Pentester Academy. pen tester academy. Some courses are also there, but worldwide recognition courses or SANS is very recognized. Offensive security courses are also recognized. Try some of these. Yes, next question. Yeah, in chat, few questions are there. From John. John, post your question again. We'll go with Q&A. Hold on. John, please unmute yourself. Chirendra, unmute John. See, using a Brave browser, using a Brave browser or using some other search engine, DuckDuckGo, will not save your data. But the here issue is, even with the help of those browsers also, you may be sent to a wrong website, which is having a malicious software. So I think it doesn't matter what kind of browser you use, what kind of search engine you use. If you navigate to some wrong website, it will create some issue. It won't store your data, but it creates some issue if you navigate to some wrong website. Okay, guys, if you have any questions, just go to reactions, raise your hand. Saad Mirja, what is the scope of cyber security in India? See, Saad Mirja, after seeing you after a long time, you are a very active intern. 1.5 year back, right? You joined, yeah. Forget about the scope. It is basic necessary for anyone. Cyber security should be common sense for everyone. Long back, what happened was one company, Accenture, I don't want to reveal all the names, but the company name is that one. They made one particular software for British Airlines. After some months, that particular software got hacked. Most of the data got exposed. Then finally, that airlines filed a case on that particular company for millions of dollars because of the poor security coding. It doesn't matter whether you become a designer or programmer or anything. Cyber security should be common sense for you. How to write a secure code should be common sense for you. You know, generally I love to address government school students. For KL University, regularly I visit, but I charge for KL University. I charge for other engineering colleges and places. But for government school students, I go for free. Recently, Telangana government chosen me to address government school students on cyber security. 8th, 9th, 10th class school students every week. Today, I'm able to speak with you properly, right? But around 1.5 months back, even I could not able to sit. Heavy pain, you know, because of that accident. But still, I'm addressing government school students of Telangana. Government school kids are enjoying the session, you know. Even I postponed the session for today. I have to address them every Tuesday. I have to address these students. School kids are learning cyber security. So why you should not? Hold on. Every week I'm addressing around 200 to 300 students. Yeah, this is a screenshot from Telangana Women's Safety Wing. This is how school students are learning. 8th, 9th, 10th class kids are learning cyber security. Why you should not? So it's don't just think about the job. It's a mandatory for anyone, whether you choose IT sector or non-IT sector, even if you're from biotechnology background. If you're a geologist, still you need to learn cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is very, very important for everyone who uses smartphone and laptop. Okay, so that's all from my side. Thank you very much, all participants, for joining. So over to you, Jurendra.
Thank you, sir. So I know you are in such a pain with the accent, but even though when I have asked you, you immediately accepted my request, sir. Thank you very much for that, sir.
Yeah, welcome for anytime
Thank
for
you.
K University.
Thank you, sir. Guys, I hope you would love the session. And Pawan will show you the feedback form. Pawan, share the feed. Can you please share the feedback form?
Okay, guys, so don't forget my share, 50% of share. Develop very good plugins related to security. Web application security is one of the important things, just go to Google, just search with the word called OAPS, Open Web Application Security Project. Open Web Application Security Project. If you can code some tools like Web Application Firewall, which can monitor the post and get parameters, that also will become very good plugin for WordPress. OAPS top 10 your plugin should address. For that, you have to be good in PHP, and cybersecurity sense also mandatory. Just study them. It would be great if you start studying from your first year. But anyways, since you're in third year, start at least now. Can we expect new threats due to smartphone, smart home? Yes, plenty of threats will be there. Plenty of threats, Right now we are using autonomous cars. Autonomous cars also can be tampered. Some threats are there for that. Autonomous cars, autonomous, even home kind of thinking. I mean, home cleaning machines are also there. So a lot of issues will be increased a lot. I don't want to discuss all the threats, because if we start promoting them, surely in every 100, one idiot will be there who will start using all those nonsense things. VoIP call spoofing techniques. Plenty of nonsense things are there. There'll be more number of cyber crimes than offline crimes. Okay, guys, I'm leaving. See you. Thank you for joining. They'll
Thank you,
post
sir.
feedback form. Please fill that. Bye all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, please see the chat box. Welcome, Virendra. Bye all.
Yes, sir.
Welcome, Pawan. Bye.
Bye, sir. Guys, you can see the feedback form in the chat. Please fill it. Guys who have filled the form can leave. Thank you for attending the webinar. Thank you.